Rhea Ripley's title clash at Evolution draws harsh criticism. WWE veteran claims, "Why do I care?" Exclusive Hello bro, welcome my channel, please subscribe. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo shared his thoughts on Rhea Ripley's upcoming matchup. The star is gearing up for a huge title match. Rhea Ripley was part of the opening segment of Raw this week with Io Sky. The Women's World Champion noted that she wanted to defend the title against Rhea at the historic Evolution event this week. On Legion of Raw, Russo questioned why fans should be excited for Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. He pointed out that there was no compelling storyline building up this huge encounter. The veteran writer also noted that these stars had wrestled several times in the past, and there was no aura to the upcoming match, and fans would be confused about whom to support. Okay, so this match is at Evolution, and I swear out of all seriousness, why do I care who wins this match? I could care less, seriously, I would love to ask a Mark, who are you cheering for and why? Because they've wrestled so many times before, there's no heat here, nobody's mad at anybody else. So, Io Sky, I want to beat you because I want to be the best, and I'm okay. So I'm rooting for you, I guess, I don't know, bro. From 1644 onwards, Rhea Ripley is coming off the back of a brutal street fight against Raquel Rodriguez. At Night of Champions, she needs to be at her physical best if she intends to defeat Io at Evolution on July 13, 2025. Rhea Ripley's Evolution title clash turns into a controversial disaster. WWE legend fires brutal shot. Why do I care? The Evolution pay-per-view was supposed to be a historic night for women's wrestling, a celebration of strength, progress, and recognition, and at the heart of it all, Rhea Ripley, one of WWE's most dominant female champions in recent memory. But what was billed as a legacy-defining match has now become the center of a heated controversy. Ripley's title defense drew not only fan backlash but also an absolutely savage takedown from a respected WWE veteran who didn't mince words, asking bluntly, "Why do I care?" This shocking comment has left fans divided, and questions are now swirling around Ripley's reign, WWE's booking choices, and the real message behind the Evolution event. So, what really happened? Rhea Ripley stepped into the Evolution ring to defend her title in what was hyped for weeks as a must-watch showdown. Promos promised a war. The company called it a battle that will change the landscape of women's wrestling, but when the bell rang, the match that unfolded was underwhelming. Fans took to social media mid-match, complaining about the slow pace, the lack of psychology, and the overbooked finish. Some even compared the clash to a Raw mid-card match with a special entrance. And it wasn't just the fans who weren't impressed. One WWE Hall of Famer who requested to remain unnamed in the initial reports dropped the bombshell statement that has sent the wrestling world into a frenzy. In an off-camera interview with a wrestling podcast, the legend was reportedly asked what he thought of Ripley's match at Evolution. His response, "Why do I care? There was no emotion, no stakes. Just flips, screams, and bad timing." That quote instantly went viral. Thousands of fans on X, formerly Twitter, began debating whether Ripley is being protected by WWE or if her booking has made her title reign feel hollow. Others defended her, blaming creative decisions and poor match layout, but the veteran's brutal take didn't stop there. He elaborated, saying, "Back in my day, a title match meant something. I don't care how jacked up someone looks or how many tattoos they have. If I don't feel the struggle, the psychology, the drama, then what am I watching? A circus act? Ripley is capable, but this was a miss." Wrestling insiders quickly scrambled to identify the source. While WWE hasn't officially responded, multiple sources claim the veteran in question is someone with major backstage pull, someone whose voice matters. So what went wrong in Rhea Ripley's Evolution match? According to those in the arena, the chemistry between Ripley and her opponent felt off from the start. Sequences looked rehearsed. Big spots failed to get crowd reactions, and despite a strong build-up, the match lacked a defining moment. The finish, which saw Ripley win via controversial distraction roll-up, only made things worse. Fans were expecting a hard-hitting, emotional payoff. What they got instead was a sloppy ending that left more questions than answers. One fan tweeted, "That wasn't a main event title match, that was a house show run-through with cameras." Even some of WWE's current superstars were said to be confused about the layout. One anonymous talent told a reporter backstage, "We all expected more. She's better than this. They gave her 18 minutes and that's what we got." So is this a Rhea Ripley problem or a WWE problem? Let's not forget, Ripley is one of the most protected and heavily featured superstars on the roster. She's Been dominant for over a year, she's crushed nearly every challenger, but in doing so, WWE may have accidentally made her too strong. Every opponent feels like filler. Every match feels like a foregone conclusion. And when she finally has a high-stakes moment like Evolution, it falls flat. Because fans have stopped believing anyone can beat her. That invincibility hurts the product, one wrestling journalist wrote in his review. Ripley doesn't need to lose the title, but she does need to feel like she's in danger, otherwise, there's no suspense, no emotional hook. It's also worth noting that Evolution itself may be to blame. While the original 2018 version was a massive hit, WWE hasn't treated the concept with the same level of care since. This year's build was rushed, the card lacked star power, and the marketing felt like an afterthought. Even the arena setup reportedly felt cheap compared to other pay-per-views. This begs the question, did WWE sabotage Ripley's moment? By not giving her the platform she deserved, Ripley has stayed silent amid the criticism. No tweets, no statements, no backstage interviews. A rare move for someone usually so active on social media. Some believe she's taking the backlash personally. Others think she's waiting for the right moment to respond in character. One insider hinted that WWE may be pivoting. A new challenger is rumored to debut soon, someone who could legitimately test Ripley in ways she hasn't been tested in months. If that happens, Evolution may just be a bump in the road, a failed chapter in an otherwise legendary reign. But that doesn't change the immediate damage. The veteran's statement, "Why do I care?" has echoed through the fanbase, and whether you agree with him or not, it's clear that something needs to change. Ripley is too talented to waste on meaningless wins and dead-end feuds. Her charisma, her power, her look, they're all money, but wrestling is more than dominance. It's about storytelling, struggle, redemption, vulnerability, none of which were present at Evolution. WWE now faces a choice: keep the status quo and risk turning